morning, Pumas. Remember to be prepared, unselfish, mature, accountable, and self-disciplined. I am Gabby.
And I am Addie. Today is Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence.
Hi, I'm Nate with today's Spotlight on Women's History. Eleanor Roosevelt was born in New York City in 1884. Though her family was wealthy, Eleanor had a fairly tough childhood. She was very quiet and didn't have many friends. Her father was not home very much, and her mother was not very kind to Eleanor. When she became an orphan at age 10, she went to live with her grandmother, who sent her to boarding school. There, one of her teachers took a special interest in Eleanor, teaching and encouraging her. After graduating, Eleanor returned to New York as a confident young woman who believed in herself.
She then met Franklin Roosevelt, and they eventually got married, and had 6 children. As her husband began his career in politics, Eleanor began to get involved in civil rights. She wanted to help women, African Americans, poor people, and children have better lives. When her husband became president, Eleanor didn't just stay in the White House and entertain guests. She went out and traveled across the country, meeting people and looking to see who needed help so she could tell her husband about them.
And when World War II broke out, Eleanor didn't stay in the United States. She traveled right to Europe when the war was raging to join the Red Cross and care for the sick and injured soldiers of the front lines. She continued to work to improve the lives of others and wrote several books up until her death in 1962. When Time magazine called her the world's most talked about and admired woman. Now for the lunch menu.
Hi, I'm Milo with today's lunch menu. Today's lunch is cheese pizza, glazed carrots, fruit slushy, and oranges. Thursday, we will be having spaghetti, garlic, corn, and green beans, fruit cocktail, and a banana. Now for the weather.
Hi, I am Gabby with today's weather. Today we are expecting cloudy weather with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. Now for today's special announcement.
Fifth grade will be taking the math map test. Please be sure to keep a voice level 0 on the hallway during testing. Now for a special announcement about the book fair going on this week.
Welcome to Puma Elementary's book fair. Here are some of the books and junk items. Please shop for the books before the junk items. Marvel, Dog Man, Magic Tree House, Judy B. Jones, Wings of Fire, Paw Patrol, and I Survived. This one's a new one. Harper has a new one too, and also they're new to Polenta. Here are some of the junk items. This one has a squishy face. This one has a face. It's a squishy. They're both kind of squishy, but this one's a lot more squishier. Here's a paw representing Polenta Pumas. It's a puppet. And another narwhal squishy. And they're both keychains. Isn't that cool? Thank you for listening to this.
Now for today's birthdays. Happy birthday to
Dominic Braddock
Antonio Perez
and Matthew Wagner. If you see these Pumas today, make sure to wish them a happy birthday.
Now for Miss Poland's wow moment.
Well, good morning, Polenta Pumas. This is Miss Poland with our wow moment. We had an American president, Woodrow Wilson, and you might not know it, but it took him a long time to learn how to read. Like, it just was very hard for him. It just wasn't clicking for him. It wasn't until he was 9 years old that he could read. I say that to you because sometimes there are some things that just are hard for us to learn. And you might have something, math or science, or maybe it's reading, that comes really difficult and you're like, oh my gosh, everybody else seems to have it, but I don't. I remember that feeling. So what I want to remind you is, if the President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson, he became the President of the United States, and he had things that were difficult for him, learning to read until he's 9, and he ended up being a successful person. Take it easy on yourself, okay? Like, it's okay that some things are hard. You're going to learn so much more in the struggle. Slow and steady wins the race. Take your time on things, really process things, and don't beat yourself up when it doesn't come as quick to you as it does to somebody else. That's okay. You're still learning. You're both learning. So today, if you're having a hard time learning something, put one foot in front of the other, and slowly but surely, you'll figure things out. With something to think about, this is Miss Poland. Make it a great day or not. The choice, it's actually yours.